Alright, welcome everyone, and welcome to Bike Like a Dog. Maybe my last video of my beautiful Z. At least this one had, let's see, there we go, 2,666 miles. And that's going to be the final number. Somehow it's appropriate that it's a rainy day. Alright, there she is. Now from this side, yeah, it looks beautiful, doesn't she? Let me use my 360 to kind of get down a little lower. There we go, like that. It's nice. I was about to clean and lube that chain. Guess I won't be doing that. Yeah, in the back, all good. All good. Looks great. And then we come around the front, and now we start seeing the damage. Alright, it starts with right here, the scrape on that fly screen. We have the scraped slider right there. Although, quite frankly, that looks like it may be rusted. That may be where my son dropped it. Scrapes on the brake lever. And this brake lever, if I squeeze that, it's going to start squeezing out fluid. So something in here is busted. I'm not sure exactly what. The scrapes, now that it's raining, the scrapes on the wheel don't look so bad. In fact, doesn't even hardly look like it's scratched at all on the forks. Now let's move back. I'm having to kind of wedge myself between this little motorbike that's sitting beside it, this little mini bike. Alright, now we start seeing the stuff that's going to cause it to be totaled. This scrape here, there's some scraping here, which, man, the wet plastics really just don't show it up very well. Got some scraping there, though. You can see that, definitely. Of course, the broken slider just busted completely off, and underneath that, this peg was broken off of this piece right here. Is all one piece, and that's broken, so that piece would be replaced. And then I think the peg itself is good. Obviously the brake lever is mangled and would have to be replaced. Got some scraping here on the muffler cover. I'm going to go back and look at some pictures from that. I'm sure that's more scraped than it was, but I think my son may have actually dropped the bike on this side. I'm trying to I have a feeling this is the side he dropped it on. There may have been some scraping there already. And that slider was also scraped. And you can see this fairing is actually cracked right there. So that piece right there would have to be replaced. So you're looking at replacing, for the insurance company, because they can't let it go. There is scraping there, and they have to make it look like it's brand new. If this were just me, I wouldn't replace that. I certainly wouldn't replace the fork, and like I said, I'm not even sure that's straight. Basically, if it were me, I'd be fixing the brakes. Gosh, even the mirrors are not scraped up. I'd be fixing the brakes, that brake, this brake lever, the slider. I might replace this plastic right here, this piece. That one I might let go for a while, as well as, well, the one on the bottom, I might replace that one too. And that would probably be it if it was just me fixing the bike. But the insurance company has to make it look like it did originally, which means replacing this muffler cover, this other piece, this front fender, the fly screen, and the one that really, I think, put it over the top was when they saw scratches on they thought there were scratches on that fork. They have to replace the entire fork. They can't. There's no way to paint it. There's no way to. When this fork is scratched, you have to replace the entire fork, and that is obviously a very expensive proposition. I'm hoping that they come back and say, yeah, you know what, that fork doesn't actually have to be replaced. It's fine. I'm going to go back and find some pictures from where I think my son dropped it, and if there's enough damage from his drop on that rear muffler cover, I might be able to talk him out of replacing that. Yeah, but I can't. Not going to be able to talk him out to do much about the broken plastic piece, and this one that's just completely all scraped up. But right now they're saying, okay, so the great thing about having a cheaper learning bike is when you drop it, it doesn't cost much to fix it. The problem is when you get in an accident, it doesn't cost much. It doesn't take much damage to total it. Because what they're looking at is the MSRP on this bike is like $62.99, I think. Like any vehicle, when you drive, as soon as you drive it off the lot, it loses like 20% of its value, so it immediately goes to 80%. So while I look at it as, hey, I've had this bike for 5 months, the lady pulled in front of me and crashed my brand new bike. That's, worth every penny I paid for it. The insurance company looks at it and says, yeah, a lady pulled in front of you and made you crash a 5-month-old used bike that's only worth 80% of what you paid for it. So I will probably get about, my guess is, if they come back and total it, they're looking at 80% of that $62.99 and saying if repair expenses, including towing and everything else, if that all exceeds the 80% of that, which is not much, yeah, it's a totaled bike. We give you a check for 80% of what you paid, and we'll sell it, we'll auction it off for scrap or parts or whatever, which just really sucks. So yeah, very appropriate that it's raining today, because nothing on that bike mechanically is broken except for the brakes. All right, y'all. Well, I guess that's about all I have for today. Will I be buying another one? I'm torn, because I was really looking at possibly trading this one in about 6 months for a different bike. And I'll do another video maybe. I'm going to see if I can find some other video on this bike that I took on this bike that I can do voiceovers, so that you got something interesting to look at while I talk. But I will be talking. But I was thinking about getting something next March. It's a 2025 bike that isn't out yet, and that's the problem, right? I can't go get it. It's not out yet. It's not in the dealerships. Won't be until about March. So now I'm torn between, right now it's mid-November. Do I go get another bike? Do I get a used bike? I mean, I can still get one of these. There's a dealership that nearby that has the 2024 Z500 on sale for $500 off. So for like $57.99, I think. My check may cover a good portion of that. Do I do that? And then, because I'm still going to be looking at trading it in March. Or do I get a used bike? Maybe I get a Z400, like a 23 or something, a Z400. I just don't know. I'm a little torn. So maybe you guys can have some suggestions. once you hear what kind of bike I'm going to be looking at in March. But yeah, very sad day. I really hope they come back and say they can fix it and that they're not going to total it, but I don't know for sure. All right, y'all. Well, right now, you go out and all of y'all continue to bike like a dog. Right now, I'm afraid I'm hoofing it like a dog. Okay. Y'all have a good day. Have a good week. Bye.